they're the ones that's gonna end the world. The most educated people, the most civilized people.
Ain't that simple? Check that out.
You know what I'm saying? The most educated people, they're the ones that's gonna end the world. The people with suits and ties, degrees, PhDs.
So-called educated.
The earth will end through them. Not the so-called black man running around with his pants sagging. But they accuse the black man, like so-called black man, like he's the greatest criminal. You know what I'm trying to say? So what Esau does is that he knows he's done a lot of evil. So to escape confrontation from other nations of people being confronted by his crimes, what does he do? He projects all his criminalities onto the people who he victimizes. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's almost like the so-called black man, he's the scapegoat. He's the scapegoat for everything. So now the black man, he's seen in the eyes of the world as being the stereotypical criminal, the thief, the drug dealer, and Esau, he's been paid to look like an angel of light. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's right.
He's the accuser of our brethren.
And that's where you get the term devil from. The deceiver. Because he deceived the earth, didn't he? He deceived the earth to think that we were to have the other nations look at us like we're nothing but down and outers. When he's the real down and out. Okay, go on. And another thing too, before you read that, I wanna read about the Chicago situation that took place yesterday, man. Some article was brought out yesterday concerning Chicago. Yeah, read that. Yeah.
This is Psalms 50 verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Yeah, you get that, brother.
Right, because that's talking about Esau. It says, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, who hast thou to declare my statutes? And it goes on. But then it says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, which is Jacob. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. And Esau's been slandering us, man. Lying, basically. Saying all kind of things about us. Like we created our own situation. When he created our situation, then he makes it look like we're the bad people. And everyone else is good. We're bad and everyone else is good. So Esau, that's how he moves. That's right. You know, so I want to read this article, switching gears now. Because he was in the first gear, now we're going to switch to the second gear. So it says, this is from the Chicago Tribune. Bring in the UN to solve Chicago genocide, Boykin say. Somebody get me Isaiah the 10th chapter, where it speaks about the Lord will send them against a hypocritical nation. So it says, President Donald Trump implicit threats to put the National Guards on the street of Chicago to tackle the city's violence problems attracted widespread ridicule early this year. Because what they've done is well, Donald Trump and the people that's under him within the government branches, what they've done is they've overseeded the different levels of the enforcement officers. Okay, they could have used regular police officers or higher ranking police officers, but they went straight for the gusto. They said, look, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the UN, the United Nations. So you know where this is going, as we've always been talking about throughout the years. So it says, what if the soldiers were instead wearing sky blue helmets of the United Nations? And the reason why they bring in the United Nations is because of war, because of a situation of war only. So being that Chicago is known as the code name Chirac, okay, that code name is going to give you, that code name right there is going to give you that thinking, okay, or that thought that, okay, that's the line of war, all right, psychologically. Okay, every name that's given has a psychological effect. So if you give a code name to somebody, okay, and most people know you by that name, all right, people are gonna basically treat you or consider you as of what your name. Okay, like for example, if you have a group of people that's known, like for example, when you think about Muslims, what's the code name that you think about? Terrorists.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same thing with the code name Chirac. Because what they're saying is that Chicago is on a violent scale as Iraq. All right, so pretty much what I'm saying is they already got the people psychologically aware how Chicago is a warlike state. So therefore, now they have the green light to bring in the United Nations Army to sort out the situation. Okay. So it says, what if the soldiers were instead wearing the sky blue helmet of the UN peacekeepers? There might not be such a problem, according to Cook County. The commissioner, Richard Boykin is in jail, says he flew to New York on Thursday to discuss what he described as a quiet genocide in Chicago's black community with the UN Assistant Secretary General for Peace Building Support. And that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, well, we're just going to bring the UN down there for peace. But really, they're going to be down there to eventually start killing those niggas down there. Right, give me Isaiah the 10th chapter. Somebody give me Isaiah 10.
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 6. I will send him against an hypocritical nation.
Right, I'm going to send him. Yeah, we don't.
And against the people of my wrath.
Right, so I was reading this earlier before, now we're going back to it now. Okay, now the Lord is going to use Esau and his military forces, whether it be the UN or the actual, the actual military, for that particular country. So he's going to send those army men against the hypocritical nation, which is the 2/3 of our own people. Go on. Because it ain't going to just be Chicago, it's going to be nationwide. Go on.
I will give him charge to take the spoil.
Okay, I will give him charge to take the spoil. Go on.
And to take the prey.
All right.
And to tread them down like the mire of the streets.
Martial law being declared right in your face. So when martial law is declared or a state of emergency is declared, what's going to happen? The military of that particular country is going to have to confiscate the people's goods and also break down people's homes, put them in prison camps, okay, and control them in that way. Or and if not, kill them if they resist. Because what they're going to start doing is they're going to just start spraying everybody, man. Because Esau ain't playing no games. Right, get that. Revelations 12 and 12. It says they shall be like madmen sparing none. Okay, go on.
Luke 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
We gonna have to read that again.
Luke 21, verse 20.
All right.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem.
So it says when you shall see Jerusalem, what?
Compassed with armies.
Compassed with armies. Now, who's Jerusalem? Is it those Israelis over there in Israeli land? No. It's talking about our people. What are Jerusalem? What are real Israelites? Okay? So when the military surrounds our people during martial law, go on.
They know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Right. They know that the desolation is not. What's the desolation talking about? The nuclear annihilation. Okay? Because they did it, because you gotta always remember that this is what they did to us 2,000 years ago, or under 2,000 years ago. Okay? That's what's coming after the desolation. Lucky, that's what's coming after they surround Jake. The nuclear war. Okay? So put that down, brother, man. Put the World War III sign down. So let me hold this right here. I'll hold it. So you see this right here, right? So we've been talking about this for a long time. And guess what? More and more, the words that we say concerning this sort of situation here is starting to come to pass more and more. Okay, because you got, like I've been saying earlier before, you got all of these different Christian pastors and Roman Catholic clergy, kid molesters, talking their shenanigans, but one thing they don't deal with is prophecy. We deal with prophecy, and that's why most of the things that comes out of our mouth is happening in reality. That's just the thing. Because we're dealing with prophecy. This is the doctrine of prophecy. Okay, so hold this. So we're gonna read the Bible and get going.
This is St. Luke 19, verse 41. And when he was come near,
go on.
he beheld the city and wept over it.
And wept, meaning to cry. Go on.
Saying, if thou hadst known, even thou, at least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace.
Yeah.
But now they are hid from thine eyes. For the day shall come upon thee, that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee,
That's it.
and compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side.
And on every side. Now, didn't that happen 2,000 years ago? Didn't that happen in 70 AD during the time of Masada? You damn right it happened. And guess what? That same scenario is going to happen again. That same scenario is going to be played back all over again. It's going to be in America. It's going to be down here. See, pound the camera, brother. Or the police officers, the gentlemen over there. Those same officers down there that you see, they're going to be transformed into the military. And during the time of martial law. And they're going to close all of these buses and cars rolling around, people walking down the street. It's all going to be blocked. Certain streets are going to be blocked out. Okay, because guys like that, they're going to take control of the people in the hour of martial law, which we're right around the corner. Okay, so that's prophecy. Again, we're dealing with prophecy of the Bible. We're not reading no lousy Hebrew guys or some lousy messed up Quran, okay, which was man-made by the Roman Catholics. We're dealing with what the Bible is saying, okay? And based on us understanding this Bible to a T, we can understand what's going on around the world more perfectly, okay? And we can give it to you raw and uncut and explain this to you the best way we can. Go on.
And shall lay thee even with the ground.
And shall lay thee even with the ground. That's why it says in, I believe it's Micah 7, it says, she that is mine enemy shall be trodden like the mire in the street. Because when these police officers transform themselves into military like gear or something like gear, guess what? They're going to start going for the killing. They're going to just start spraying people, knocking people's doors, killing people on the site because they resisted. That's what it's going to get down to. Summary execution. That's exactly what it's going to get down to. And that's why the Lord, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shah, set up the prophets, which we are the prophets. We are the men of the Lord. Okay, and that's who we are. You know, we're not out here to fight nobody or to curse people out. Okay, we gonna curse you out according to the scriptures. We're not gonna fight nobody. We're not out here to pretend like we're bad guys. We ain't doing all of that. We're just doing the Lord's work. That's it. Once we get done doing this, we're gonna go right back to where we came from. That's it. And then we're gonna come back out here another week and we're gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again until this society reaches to its end. Which we're right round the corner.
That's right.
Okay, go on.
That thine enemies, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation.
All right, so read that in Isaiah 10 one more time, brother.
Isaiah chapter 10 verse 6. I will send him against an hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath.
And against the people of my wrath, because there's 2/3 of these bone-headed, slave-minded Negroes, okay, that needs to be taken out. Go on.
And I will give him charge to take the spoil.
Yeah, and I will give him charge to take the spoil. Go on.
And to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets.
Right, to tread them down like the mire on the street. What does the word mire mean? It's referring to mud on the ground. Okay, shit and dirt mixed up. Mire, dirt. Go on.
Verse 7, Howbeit, he meaneth not so, neither does his heart think so.
Okay, go on.
But it is in his heart to destroy.
But it's in his heart to destroy. That's what he was made to do. Somebody give me Proverbs 16 and 4.
And cut
brother, hold that. Give me Proverbs 16 and 4 real quick. Because you have a nation of people that are created, okay, to be the wicked, and you have a group of nation of people that are created to be the righteous.
That's right.
So we're gonna get that.
Right, this is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
So key word, the Lord hath made all things for himself. Go on.
Yea, even the wicked.
Even the wicked. So the Lord even made Satan. Okay. The Lord even made the spiritual demon Satan and the physical counterparts of Satan. All right. And read that verse again.
The Proverbs chapter 16 verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
Right. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Go on.
Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Now who's the wicked? Esau. That's who the wicked is. Okay, he's the guy that's going to play the devil in the evil time. all right, or the race of people, should I say, the so-called Europeans, the Edomites, the biblical Edomites.
That's right.
They're gonna play the devil. They're gonna play the wicked in the day of evil, and we're in the day of evil right now. Okay, so I think that's it on that, brother.
Second Esdras 15, verse 15. For this, verse 14. For woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right. Woe to the world. What does the word woe mean? The word woe means destruction. All right. Why did Ezra say, woe unto me, woe unto me? Because he saw what the future was going to behold in these times. The end of this world. He saw it live and direct in the vision. Okay. So when we talk about martial law being declared in these sort of things, these are the things that the prophets said. Saw in the vision. So if the vision saw it in the spiritual realm, then what does that mean? It's gonna make itself manifest in the physical realm. Because it was already played out in the spiritual realm. Okay? Let's go on.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Right, and the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So the destruction is near. It's right around the corner. And even the town that we're living in right now, you can see that it's right around the corner, as I keep saying. Okay? So I'm going to get back to this. So it says, the commissioner, Richard Boykin, who flew to New York on Thursday to discuss what he described as a quiet genocide in Chicago, the black community with the UN, Assistant Secretary General for Peace Building Support. The United Nations has a track record of protecting minority population. Boykin told the Inc. before his meeting there was a tribal warfare between the Tutsis and the Hutus in Africa. Okay? And they deployed the peacekeeping troops there to help save those populations. But guess what? The UN soldiers can be used for two things. They can be used to bring about peace. They can also be used to bring about death and destruction. All right? That's when you get the term order out of chaos. The term order out of chaos means to establish order within chaos. All right? So it says, the peacekeeping troops there to help save those populations and reduce the bloodshed. We have to do something. Black people in Chicago make up 30% of the population, but 80% of those who are killed by gun violence. Ask how that might differ from sending the National Guard, Boykin said. The difference is I'm not sure that the National Guard is so used to peacekeeping and a peacekeeping role the UN is trained in this. So it says you welcome foreign troops on the streets of Austin, North Lawndale, Eaglewood, and Roseland Commission. All right? So like I said before, and I'm going to reinstate again, Chicago is just a test ground for the military to intervene, or foreign military members to intervene on the shores of America. Because what they're going to start doing is they're going to start collapsing the system. Once they collapse the system, then they'll be given more the leeway to sort of bring in more troops to destroy the people eventually. Because you have to always remember that on the Georgia Guidestones, they have to maintain humanity on the what?
500 million.
500 million.
500 million, yeah.
So how they going to do that? By spraying the people with bullets and also getting this nuclear war jumping. That's how they're going to do it. This society is going to lead to this scenario. That's where it's going. We don't have another 50 years or another 100 years of this crap. That's where it's going. All right. And if you don't know by now, then the Lord just shut your mind up, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's the way that goes down, man. So anybody got anything or anything? Okay, read that. Now, I'll tell you what, brother. I'm gonna have somebody else hold the camera. You can stay with you. I'll tell you what, brother. You hold the camera.
It's good, man. My arm's hurting a little bit.
All right.
The water. Got 1 bar left, 28 minutes. So hold it, here and here. See where my thumb is?
Alright.
There and there. Alright? Hold it. Got it? That's it. You got it?
Not yet. I'm going to close it down.
Yeah, just like that. Don't press the record button. Just keep filming, yeah?
And then what do you stop it with?
To stop it, you'll
That red one, yeah?
yeah, you'll press record again.
Cool.
We'll tell you anyway. When it flashes, that's not.
Forward.
I'd say we'll spin it around. I'll let you know what's going on with the camera.
Yes?
Just turn this around so I can see what's going on.
Cool. Sure.
Yeah, that's all right.
all right, yeah?
Yeah, leave it right there. Yeah. Come on this side, though. On this side. Yeah, that's a perfect spot. Shalom, y'all bashing out shots. Yeah, so your call, you're gonna read. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so continue on.
Pull the wall.
You come on this side, brother, and your call, you come on this side. Yeah, so speak, just to keep things rolling.
Yeah, because we're talking about this martial law. Martial meaning warlike. Okay, warlike law. Okay, why? Because the U.S. government, British government, they're gonna declare war on the citizens. Why? Because they're gonna view the citizens as being domestic terrorists.
Yeah, and they've already got laws. They already got laws set up for that. And that's why you had a law that was passed on November 2004. I'm gonna give it back to you, right? Because you gotta finish what you're saying. But there was a law that was passed in Great Britain. No, I wanted that. So you can see what's going on. So, there was a law that was passed in November 2004, and that's the Civil Contingency Act law that was passed down here in this country, which is also known as the Blair's Act. Now, if you research that law coincides what martial law is going to be like in this country. Okay, and so the same thing that's happening in America or will happen in America is going to come down here. All right, because in Great Britain they will declare martial law real soon. If there's another major catastrophic cyber attack, then they can really get the ball rolling in terms of getting this thing going, man. Martial law. So you got to finish what you're saying.
Yeah, so it said, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. The word sedition means basically rising up of the people against the government or certain power. All right, so the people, they're going to rise up against the government. I don't know how it's all going to play out, but obviously for the people to rise up against the government, something in society drastic must be happening when it's difficult for the people to maintain their living standards.
There you go.
For example, a changing of the currency, the mass implementation of the microchip. People could be rising up against the government because of that.
I'd say what, turn it around. So you can see. Because I don't think he knows what he's,
Yeah, I can't see it, so.
Yeah, so that's
only you guys can see what's going on.
The people gonna rise against the government, and the government gonna be like, no, they're against governmental procedures, so we need to control the people, we need to concentrate the people, we put them in a certain environment where we can keep an eye on them, just in case, they're a threat. So therefore, they're gonna send the military troops to try and control the people. This says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Like I said, we don't know for definite that's how it's going to play out, but that's an example of how things might play out. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So you got different cities within the United Kingdom, all right? And obviously, you can't, certain people from London won't be able to go outside of London, or people outside of London won't be able to enter into London. Why? Martial law. They're gonna cordon off all the exit routes to get out of London, man. That means all underground train stations.
That's gonna be on lockdown.
Oh, that's gonna be on lockdown.